All right, here it is so far. Got our matin filter in place, which it's sticking out. It's bothering me, but I'm just going to pretend that's not an issue. I'm just going to let it be. Not everything has to be perfect. Yeah, right. Anywho, got my dual air lifts installed. Never clogged air stones. Running two lines right now straight off the pump. Both the outlets of the Tetra 100, which is a right jar. Odd placement, I know, but I figured it'd be easy to set up and get flowing, figure out if I have too much, not enough, if I should just use one side, blah, 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 blah. There's still a lot more adjustment to do, and I figured it's easier to do it here than back in that little place, because here's my nice little cinder block stand. The original one that I built. Yeah, I'm not much of a carpenter. We're just going to leave it at that. But I did reuse some of the plywood. Or excuse me, not plywood, but the 2x4s. We have the original square topping frame and tank sets on that, nice and pretty. Just put this little piece on there, just, I don't know, kind of class it up a bit. And then here we go with the substrate. I have about 2 inches of, yeah, I know some people are gonna balk at this, but meh. 2 inches of soil I harvested from the woods outside my house. I know it's been chemical free for a cajillion years. It's rained a lot this summer, so any sort of runoff from the road that might have had motor oil or de-icer, it's probably non-existent where I gathered. Trace elements, if anything. Everybody's going to be square. Not to mention, there's going to be a lot of water changes between now and fish. But that soil that I collected and sifted, super fine. Yeah, my boogers were black with soil. It was awesome. I mixed with Safety Zorb, which is a product you can get at like Tractor Supply. It's basically like He-Man kitty litter. You use it if you spill oil. You put the stuff on it. It sucks it all up. And everything's awesome, right? It's Fuller's clay, basically gray clay that's been baked. It's a lot like the Eco Complete in the fact that it kind of absorbs wonderful goodness. So basically nutrients, whatnot, blah, 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 and stores it and kind of releases it back into the water table, whatnot. As I am so, been told. I can be completely wrong. I might be making this, this stuff up. Who really knows? The internet also tells me the world is flat, which I don't believe, but hey, can't trust everything. Anyway, I digress. On top of that mix, I have about 2 inches of black diamond blasting sand. This is a product that was marketed for sandblasters. It is completely inert. It is coal slag. And I can tell you this much, it's mildly magnetic. It will, you can actually, with a strong enough magnet, pick up pieces. Have no idea the long-term effect, other than I'm thinking that if it's magnetic, if you have a electric pump and not an air pump, that little whirly bird of a piece in there that sucks up the water, yeah, that's a magnet. And so is the pump. That's how that whole sucker works. So we all know sand and pumps don't mix, but I am sure that sand mechanical electromagnetic pumps do not work with magnetic sand in the long run. I'm just seeing disasters. Thank God I went with an airlift system, because I know it'd be crying in about 2-3 weeks, blowing out pumps left and right. Anywho, about 2 inches of that. I'm going for the whole deep sand bed, El Natural. Let's get a lot of stuff growing in there. Nature Boy setup, I guess you will. Anyway, I got There's about 50 pounds in there, I guess, of that black sand. Bring me up to a total of about 4 inches, give or take. As you can see, there's a nice, I mean, look at that, nice old thick, showing off the sand. But the plans is to get some Malaysian trumpet snails in here once my tank cycles enough, and they'll be my first inhabitants. Them and about 50 scuds. Scuds, for the uninformed, is a basically aquatic version of a pill bug. Eats, detritus and kind of, it's like a mini tiny shrimp, or like, 1/4 inch max. Like, that's Big Bertha at 1/4 inch. Anyway, they'll clean my tank. They'll get in there little nooks and crannies and eat stuff. They're part of the whole cleaning crew. And not to mention, the slow and chubby ones are going to get eaten by the fish. So, win-win. Except for the whole, poor scud. Yeah, but hey, that's life, ain't it? All right, so here we go. Man filter, blah, blah, blah. We got the heater back here. Still got to get a thermometer because I'm a big dummy. I got me 2 little caves. Who knows if anybody's going to like them? Because let's face it, what happens? You buy your cat bed or a pillow for the cat to sleep on because she keeps sleeping on your chair. And the cat doesn't use it. Same idea. Buy him a cave. I bet the little guy's going to hide back here. And by little guy, I mean, whoop, Mr. Peter Parker, hiding underneath the Nubus leaf. Yeah, he's named after Spider-Man because he's blue and red. Because that's how the mind of a second grader works. Yep. My son's pretty awesome. There's his other fish. They're the reason why this tank is not going to be a glowfish tank, because they're done up and filled my tank with... Ooh, are we going to get the elusive? Where'd you go? I know you're around here. Yeah, I know. Awesome video, ain't it? Where you guys go? I know you're in here. There we go. Filled up my little 10-gallon with these. I knew it wasn't going to be a long-term home, but I thought they were going to at least wait till I got, the next tank. But oh well, such is life. It's going to be pretty awesome having a Molly tank. Oh, excuse me, a Molly and shark tank. Whoop. All right, here we go. Back to this bad boy. So I got my 2 caves. And the plan is to plant this bad boy with a mess load of jungle val, ranging from size from a couple of inches up to about 18 feet. 18 feet, listen to me, 18 inches. Found a cheap source on Aquabid. We'll see how that goes. It's either going to be good or it's going to be bad. That's how life goes, man. You try things. All right, now you're probably wondering what this white doodad is at the back. Oh, my friends. Once this is finished, it's going to be awesome. Because this is a pothos planter. Oh, yes. Got myself a pothos plant. And they're going to get stuck in this. This is just that light diffusing egg crate stuff that everybody's like, oh, you just caught with a pair of, snips. Well, let me tell you, it does not cut easy. It shatters easy. I'm still sweeping up little bits of plastic. Anyway, I got my piece of driftwood. What's going to go down is on the next nice day, because I got to do this crap outside with gloves. So I'm going to hit this whole bracing section with some good stuff, Pond and Stone. And it's going to get all bubbly. It's going to get all wonderful. But the real trick of the matter is, I got more of this stuff sitting in a bag outside. And I'm going to take and I'm going to pile this up on here. A whole bunch, right? And cake it on there. Like, bury that sucker under 50 pounds and just let it sit. Because it's going to expand. That sand's going to push back. And it's going to stick. And wonderful things are going to happen. And it's going to turn out. Hopefully. looking like rock version of this stuff. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's like one of those concrete backgrounds, minus the whole screwing up your water column. And, I'll have this kind of like, stuck in there, maybe tuck some air plants around it, make it look pretty awesome, maybe poke one in there. I mean, this is kind of a cool piece of driftwood because all the way through. Anyway, I found this in the woods, and I don't trust my knowledge enough to go in the tank because who freaking knows what that will do. There's one too many things already going on with this tank that can get squirrely, so let's not try to complicate things with driftwood at first. Maybe at a later date, and I'll get something that is actually, good. Somebody says, yes, that's a healthy piece of wood. You can put in your fish tank and not screw anything up. I have no idea. Who knows? But being on top, I mean, even if a little water gets on it and it drips down, what's the worst can happen, And if it starts producing mold, I'll just take all the pothos out and I'll cover everybody up and I'll get that Plasti Dip clear stuff, the glossifier, and I'll spray it on there and bada bing, bada boom, the bad boy's sealed. It'll almost be inert, It'd be like if it lived inside of a plastic bag. All right, I'm rumbling, and doing stuff. All right, here we go. Seen the lighting rig. Right now, I have it set at daytime, so it kind of rolls through kind of a pink and green and blue, very natural, pleasant sunset lighting. And, oh yeah, you did see the air quotes. But sunset lighting, it's very nice. I have no idea if it was conclusive, if it's the right temperature for growing plants. I'm thinking this might just be a nice viewing light. We'll see, I'll put in water and plants and figure that all out. But right now it looks pretty. So, like I said, pothos, jungle val, all over the place. Now there's going to be a lot of babies in here. So babies, hopefully my pothos will have a whole bunch of roots growing down. And it's going to be all sexy and wonderful. But I'm also going to get some floaters. Don't know what type yet. Might go for like a 3-pack, get the herpes, because everybody loves the herpes, aka duckweed. Frog bit, like the little guys. And some water lettuce, big old honking things. I might just go with the water lettuce, try to keep this as open as possible with that nice giant root structure hanging down so the little guys can, they'll be back here hiding. Oh, run, Mom and Dad's going to eat us because mollies are sick and twisted. And they can swim over here and hide in this little bunch over here. Well, we'll see. So, this is this, man. As you can see, that whole Fuller's Earth and very dry, wonderfully rich topsoil, dusty. So I'm sure when I fill this with water, it's going to be mucky. But we're going to give it a try. And I'll probably do 1 billion water changes because I really didn't feel like rinsing the Fuller's Earth because I heard that stuff, you can rinse it a gajillion times. And guess what? It's still going to be cloudy. So I figured instead of fighting and playing around with mud and still having to do 1 billion water changes to get rid of the in the tank, I figured let's make my life a little easier. Put the dry stuff in there and then cap it and deal with it later. Then take into account that I have now breathed in so much clay and soil that I have no idea what my insides look like. Mind you, I do smoke cigars, so meh. Like, how much more damage can I possibly do? All right, cool. Anyway, here it is. Peace, love, and chicken grease, folks.